And then he wants me to read him a book. And some of these Dr. Seuss books are deceiving, dude. Like Dr. Seuss, I just remembered as a kid, like that's what you read. But some of those books are like 60 pages. Do you remember them being like lengthy books?
No, not at all. I wasn't a Dr. Seuss kid.
Maybe, and it's not fair to say 60 pages because it's not like a nonfiction story where there's just
anything more than like 5. I'm out.
Well, and it's like
for a bedtime story.
I know that they have like words on one side and then no words on the other. So I get what they're trying to. I know what they're trying to pull, but yeah, it's just like I opened this book of his and it's like, it's hardcover, so you're assuming the hardcover is why it's so thick. And then you're going through like, are you my mother? And you're like, there's a lot of pages to this thing, dude. Are you my mother? Are you my mother? Are you my mother? You just keep going. And it's just the longest tome that you weren't ready for. Some of these kids' books are ridiculous. So yeah, I was flipping through that with him tonight. And it's like by 8:30, I'm like, I want to go outside and like I turn everything on. Thank goodness. We have right now an excessive heat warning here in Dallas. I think it's 130 degrees just in the garage.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's so hot in here, but it's doable. Like I can already see like my chest, like it's already kind of streaming down my chest. I watched last week's TWFS because I did do the whole fucking show, and I could just see my hat getting darker and darker and darker throughout the entire stream because I was just getting sweatier and sweatier. But let me put in the Discord. Let's do an at everyone. Is that what it is? I was going to put at everybody live on Trovo.
They'll figure it out, dude.
That's true. But I like, what I like now when I do an at everyone, it's like 100 and something people. So the Discord continues to expand. I'm not as active in there as I'd like to be. Ricardio is really holding it down for the Discord. He's always got a ton of great topics that he's posting in here. You posted some good stuff throughout the week. I need to be in here every fucking day. I almost want to compartmentalize it. I almost want to switch like some of the stuff because I was trying to talk about wrestling. I was like, I do that in Kevin's Discord. So it's like, where should I put some of this stuff? But it did work out pretty well with my announcements last week.
Yeah, I've got to ban myself from the anime hole. That's just not lining up with how I'm trying to live my life anymore.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to clean things up a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, it is hashtags and headlines. I probably will leave all of that on the downloadable version. Just just us talking back and forth, whatever, just hanging out, having a good time.
We Rogan it. We just start rolling, dude. You just talk.
I guess he never does. Like if you're already downloading this, because the confusing thing with my feed in particular is it is just the Vleeties feed, and then I no longer have a actual podcast called Vleeties. It's hashtags and headlines, or it's the wrestling journalist. Impacted is something I want to talk to Gino about a little later. So there's a lot of like, I have a lot of things in the works, and so whenever we just start talking, I'm assuming there is somebody who like found me on through TWFS, or they found me on like a YouTube video or something, and they're like, oh, I found Vleeties, and then they just start listening to this, and they're like, I don't know what this is. It doesn't have, because there's some podcasts that still have like 5-minute intros of what they are, like Zach Geezy, Ryan Van Vliet, 2 men, 2 microphones, 1 way. Like, they all have some like obligatory intro. We've never had that, but maybe you're right. Maybe this is just the way. Just start talking, just Rogan it like you were saying. So, that's perfect. And thank you for linking the Discord and the Trovo.live chat. We also don't say that. Trovo.live/Vleeties Tuesday nights. Geezy, I was out last week. How did everyone survive?
I don't know, man. I was praying for you. I know that a kidney stone is what I've always heard the worst pain a man can feel. Being out a rock from your dick.
I can now confirm. So luckily for me, I guess my urine dissolved the rock before I had to piss out a literal rock. Yeah. So I looked that up because I remember listening to an old Jim and them speaking a podcast where Jake Sprague from Spraggles or whatever his YouTube. He's a YouTuber now, just the Pokemon thing. Maybe he's here. But he had also gone through this, and he had heard the same thing. Like, you have to like let the rock sit in your urine when you think you're about to piss it out, and the longer it sits in your bladder, the more it dissolves. So That's kind of what I think happened. I went to bed on Monday night.
Gino Shammer says lights off and on for Vleeties better health.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Gino's Hammer. I did have moments where I thought I was like, this is it. Because typically so I woke up on Tuesday in an ungodly amount of pain. Like, you're right. Like, it was just, and I set my alarm for 4 a.m. to hit the gym. I was really excited. I'm going to go work out. And I am crawling to just make it to the bathroom. I'm walking so stiff. Like, I can't really move. I don't remember why my back was so stiff. Like, it just hurt so bad. But I almost thought it was just, this is just gym pains. Like, I'm just sore from life. And so at 4 a.m. I take a piss. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I lay back down. And then 6 a.m. I wake up again. And that's like time to get ready for work. And I just couldn't move. I was in so much pain. I was like, I couldn't even bend over. And I remember I got my clothes on and I'm thinking, like, I've had pain similar to this before where it's like but I hadn't worked legs in like 3 days. So I'm thinking this isn't like soreness from leg day. And I get to the living room and I'm like, all right, Ralph, you ready, buddy? And I go to pick up something off like his desk and a pain shot down my leg so severe that I collapsed. Like, I fell to my knees. I was like, like I couldn't. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know. And then, and I'm literally walking around the house. I'm now doing like you could just hear everything I'm doing. I'm wincing. I'm just, I'm like trying to pick up like a box of Fruit Loops and move it to the fridge. Like, Whoa! Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. The man is real. I do need to stay safe. Stay safe.
There was more AB drama, but dude, I didn't want to tell you at the time because I didn't want to scare you.
He says, I know Sonic Gino, he works at Dash Mart. I know Sonic Gino, he's not very smart.
It's a good rap. Was it acclaimed?
Yeah. So there was a guy that worked for me at my other job. His name is Rick. And every couple of weeks, maybe, you'd go in the bathroom and the urinal would be covered in blood.
Oh.
And he would get fucking kidney stones like every other week, and they so often that they would call him Rick Rocks.
Oh no!
Because the fucking rocks he peed out, dude. He would get them broken up with ultrasound like every other week, and he'd be pissing blood. And we're like, dude, you got to fucking fix your diet and shit. And he's like, nah, it's whatever.
It's whatever. See, how do people live like I have somebody at my work. He said that he gets them, and he's supposed to have a surgery to get them like removed. Because when they calcify in your kidney, they can break off in any fucking moment. And that's kind of what I think happened was I was just – it must have been there for a while. Like, I've had lower back pain before that I could not describe. Like, it was so strenuous. Like, why does my lower back hurt this much? I assumed it was from squats. Remember, we were here talking about how bad my back was hurting from squats. And I was like, I need to stop doing squats. I might have had a kidney stone because the pain was not that different from what I was going through. The biggest difference was last week was just so tremendous. It was so over the top ridiculous. Couldn't even sit in a chair at work. I made it to work, which was like unbelievable. I don't know how I did that. I hurt the whole drive over to drop my kids off. And then I'm driving to work and everything just is hurting. And I'm working I think I worked for an hour and a half before everyone was like, will you please go to the ER? Like, go to the ER. Like, go. So I go. And I'm even at the ER. And I think I even said this in the Discord, or I was texting people, like, I hope it is a kidney stone, because if it's not, I'm just in pain for no reason.
It's kidney cancer if it's not.
Or something. Like, so she actually, the doctor who was we'll call her a babe. She was an absolute babe, by the way. She punched me. She was pressing me in the front. She was like checking, because kidneys, you could feel them from the front too, I guess. But she pressed really hard where my appendix is. And I jolted. I mean, that like freaked me out. Like, I almost punched her. Like, it was an involuntary like reflex to assault this poor woman. And she said it could be appendicitis as well. We don't want to rule that out. So I had to get the CT scan. I'm laying there with
That's 10 times worse.
And when I'm laying there, he's like, put your hands up. I go to put my hands up, and suddenly I've been having low back pain the whole time. Like, it's been only my low back. I'm thinking that I either ruptured a disc or something, or I have a kidney stone. But as soon as she pressed the front and I had to put my arms up over my head in the CT scan, I thought it was appendicitis, because my whole front was, I mean, the scan's only like 4 minutes. And I'm laying there wincing, like flexing in so much pain because just holding my arms up, I thought, oh my gosh, this is how we all die. This is how every person dies. They just don't tell you. I was in so much pain. So she does reveal to me after the and I was even getting wheeled on a fucking hospital bed to get the CT scan. And I'm like, this is so over the top. Like I even told the guy, I can walk. It just felt weird. He's like, no, you're okay, man. Like they put a thing on me that said fall risk. I was like, no, you guys, no.
Fall risk?
Yeah. They said I was a fall risk because I thought I had a
fucking Joe Biden.
Because I was limping around. Yeah, I was walking like Mick Foley, but I was lost like Joe Biden. There was a great moment where the what do they call it, charge nurse? She's wheeling some other old man like into the back. She's like, "Are you Ryan Van Vliet? Follow me." So I like, okay. She's like, "Can you walk?" I go, "Yeah." I didn't know she was going to run. Like this lady was sprinting to her room with this guy in a wheelchair, and I'm so far behind. I'm like, no. So I eventually caught up to her. She's like, sorry. And then she puts me in my bed. Great room. Apparently it used to be an intensive care unit. There was a toilet like right there. It was kind of convenient. It wasn't like it wasn't like closed though. So it was kind of inappropriate. Like you kind of just move the sheet. Like I'm going to take a piss right now. And then I didn't even notice the blinds were open to outside. So if you were driving by to park your car, you probably saw somebody taking a piss. But I peed a lot while I was there. I was drinking a ton of water. Because I had a feeling it was a kidney stone. And she said that I had already passed it. She was like, I can see where it came from. I can see the path that it took. I see the damage it left. Yeah, she was like, you must have passed it before you got here. She's like, did you urinate any blood? And I was like, I don't remember. Maybe I did at 4 a.m. when
You don't remember.
I don't know. It was like maybe at 4 a.m. when I was pissing, but I don't remember like a moment where, because I do know like that story, like people are pissing out like actual like blood. And then other people piss out, it's gold, but then when they test it for blood, there's blood in it. So I had passed the stone already. I survived. Tuesday I was in an ungodly amount of pain. But when I left the hospital, I actually felt okay because I was pumped full of anti-inflammatories and IVs and shit. But yeah, Wednesday
and
came.
Fentanyl?
No fent. I did take Wednesday off. That was one thing that I could not work. They gave me hydrocodone, so they gave me some painkillers. But hey, I'm going to say this out there. I don't know where we all stand on the legalization of a certain plant in whatever state you're in. Holy shit, I don't think I would have survived without that. Like it was just Delta 8, so it's legal here in the state of Texas, but I think that was the saving grace because I choked, like I took my painkiller and it was not working. I was in so much pain. So I took a few puffs off the Delta 8 pen and I slept for about 5 hours. Like it was so great to just get some sleep. And just like, even though like when I woke up, I was still in pain. It was like, okay, I now know that if I choke enough, I will fall asleep. So I guess in all of this, another advocate for marijuana, it kind of saved me through this trek.
Well, I had to tell you, I said, dude, I know they're going to give you pills. I don't want to have a fucking intervention for Vleeties live on Vleeties.Trovo.
Well, they even
Can't
said
do it, dude.
They even say when they give you hydrocodone, like he had like a CSR, like a controlled substance release thing that I had to sign, and he had to explain to me how. Put that shit on. Thank you so much. He had to explain. That's a hydrate spell from the New York Pump. I'm like got sweat dripping. It literally is. I'm gonna have to bring a towel up here for tomorrow night.
Dude, I wore a sweatshirt this morning.
Oh, dude, I wish we could.
It's fucking 53 degrees when I went to the gym.
We got the heat advisory. Right now, they say that it's not. Let me see. Right now, they say it's 91 degrees. I highly doubt it's 91 in this garage. So, yeah, I was taking my hydrocodone. I was smoking my Delta 8, which is legal, everybody. And then Thursday, I did go to work. I actually made it to work, which... You know, the doctor said I probably wasn't going to want to work the rest of the week. And I made it to work on Thursday. I did not work the whole day. I worked until about 3. I was in so much pain. Painkillers, I don't know if painkillers work as much as they say.
They don't. They don't do anything. They make you forget about it.
Like, maybe that's what it is.
It still fucking hurts.
Because even like the hydrocodone I was taking had acetaminophen in it. So it was just Tylenol with some hydrocodone. And I don't know. I remember like when I was younger, I would take Percocets. And it was like, these are awesome. But yeah, maybe it's just modern day. They've really toned down because he had to tell me like these are highly addictive. be very careful with these. I still have one. I still have one in my room there. Like,
well, the problem is you didn't snort it. That's what.
Oh, you're supposed to poop shoot it, right? You're supposed to crunch it up and shove it up the other end. Suppository it yourself. Someone was telling me that, like, because I guess with the stomach pain that I was having, somebody at work was talking about constipation. They were like, maybe you're constipated. And then they were saying that, like, my son was constipated and we had to give him a suppository and he shit everywhere the next day. And I'm like, Jesus, like, I've never had one of those. What are those for? What is that cure? Shoving a suppository up your ass?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Like, I get what a laxative is, but I don't know why you got to put one in your ass.
Yeah, I'm even gonna Google like suppository usage because I've never thought like, oh, I need one of those. Like suppositories, what they treat and how to use them. Because there's even like a how to insert your suppository. Kevin has a good point.
Says it stimulates your anus, but is that like the same as poppers then?
But what I don't understand is like, what would it be for? Like, because it even says allergies. Like, what allergy is like? Oh, thank goodness this is going in my ass.
In your
like,
ass.
Yeah, the pollen levels are high. Better stick something in my ass. It says anxiety. That would give me more anxiety. Holy shit! Like, I'm nervous. Put it in my ass. Constipation is one. That one makes sense. Fever. Maybe if you have trouble swallowing, like medicine. Maybe that's a thing, but. Hemorrhoids makes sense. Motion sickness, I don't quite get that one. Nausea, I don't really get that. Seizures, hey, mental health problem. Maybe it is just a lot of if you have trouble swallowing medications and you vomit them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe if you have nausea, why are you going to swallow it? Because you're going to throw it up. So.
Oh my gosh, there's a urethral one.
Ooh.
You can put something in your dick?
Ew, wow.
Thank you so much, Ricardo.
Please, you can put anything anywhere. It's just, do you want to?
So it does say, like, you might use a suppository if the drug you're taking would break down too quickly in your digestive tract. So if you have severe allergies, I bet you want like a longer lasting effect on this allergy. Like 24-hour Claritin isn't enough hours. So if you put it in your ass, maybe you get like 48-hour Claritin and you can walk outside carefree. You're vomiting. That's the one. That's the main one. Thank you so much, Ricardo. I do have a jug here.
Kevin says he freezes his castor oil so it kills the parasites in his small intestine.
I can see that if you insert something.
Does he have a tapeworm? Is that why he's so skinny?
If you insert something into your ass and then, it gets into your intestines, it's absorbed slowly into the body. I think that makes sense. How to insert them. Go to the bathroom first. Try to empty your colon. Good advice for anyone. Wash your hands with soap and warm water. Unwrap the suppository. Make sure the plastic is off. Rub a water-based lubricant over the tip or dip it in water. This will help you slide it in smoothly. What are they shaped like? Because if it's got to be like a disc, right?
I would assume it's still like a pill shape. That would probably work.
They have vaginal ones too. Vaginal dryness is a reason for a vaginal suppository. That kind of makes sense, like a slow-releasing lubricant. Interesting.
Sure.
So they did not give me that, but maybe that would have worked because if there was a painkiller that actually helped, it was that area. I kind of agree with Kevin now. That my ass is closer to my kidney than my mouth. So when I'm taking these painkillers, like maybe my head feels fine. JT, did you fuck on the pills? If so, did you nut? No nutting. I was kind of afraid to nut, if I can be honest. Like because I've never had. I guess I have, but. This is a kidney thing, so it's not like anything on the outside. Like even like when I have like sore muscles, I can ice that. When I have other ailments, I can kind of see where the problem is. With kidneys, I know that it's not connected to my dick or my sexual system whatsoever. But in my head, I just thought if I come and my kidney explodes, I will die. I'm holding it in. JT says,
it's all connected, dude. If in case your kidney explodes while you're exploding, why would you risk it?
Well, hey, the appendix still could have been a thing. You know, JT said, could you have?
I could have gone off at any time, dude.
I could have, brother. I could
fucking
have,
ticking time bomb.
Yeah, and I'm wondering. Well, now I'm even afraid. Like, what if I hold it in too long? Like, what if the kidney stones and the non-masturbatory, the non-sex is all connected to one thing, and eventually I'm just gonna get sicker and sicker, and that's actually what kidney stones are made out of. So, because we're
I was surprised because I'm on your kick now. I've been not doing that, and there's no difference, dude. There's no backup.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Just people just want to say that shit.
Yeah, it's I don't like I go both ways on it sometimes. Like I try and avoid that as much as possible. Like I've talked to Gino about it before, where it's just like porn isn't supposed to be so normal, but like it is for our generation, for like our society and our culture. It's like, no, porn's just everywhere. Like I can literally find porn faster than I could find where to get a suppository. And
yeah, it's in our Discord.
Yeah, it's all yeah, it's literally everywhere. Twitter, like you can just find porn. Even like Instagram, although it's not porn, I mean you could still the stuff on there used to be like you got home from war, and maybe your friends took you to like a strip club and you're like, holy shit, like women are naked here. Like now people are seeing naked women by the time they're 8. So I mean it's bizarre.
That's what happened to Gino, right?
It must be, right? Because
that's where it all started.
I was listening to one of the Christian podcasts I listened to, and they were talking about like just Google the side effects of pornography and read those aloud and see which ones like you want. It's like, no, I don't want it. I like obviously I don't want any of those. Good advice. Like just look it up. Like, are you depressed? Well, yeah, constantly. Do you feel alone? Yeah, constantly. Like it's like every side effect that they list really is. Does your back hurt? Do you have kidney stones? Like it's always like, oh my God, I need to stop this. What is happening to me? So, and you know what? When I went to the doctor, she hit me with a burning question that I wish I think I drank alcohol Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is something I never fucking do. I never drink 3 nights in a row. I think I even drink 4 nights. I think I drink on Thursday. Like I just had this little string and I drink Wednesday during the whole fucking show because sometimes I like to have shiner lights. I just kept drinking and drinking. So when she asked me like, hey, how much had you had to drink recently? And I was like, good God, and I even told her like, I think I had 11 beers on Saturday. I had 7 on Sunday. And I was like, oh gosh, I drank a couple Friday. She's like, how many? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like 7. Like I must have consumed like 4,000 calories of beer every single night for 4 nights in a row. So come Tuesday morning, my kidneys were fucking blitzed. And yeah, I mean maybe that was part of it. But are you trying to not drink? I see a 7-Up in your hand tonight.
Yeah, you know the struggle, dude. I'm trying not to. This weekend, 2 weekends ago, I was like, dude, I'm done. Right? I told you, I'm golfing with my pastor on Friday. I got men's group on Saturday. I got church on Sunday. I got another men's group on Monday. And I got blackout drunk on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that was cool. This weekend was better, but I'm still working on it, dude. I'm trying to go to very minimal.
Yeah, that's a way to look at very minimal.
I'm not saying I'm stopping drinking, but like,
Vleeties is so ripped and hot.
Dude, thank you. And Kevin's right. Kevin's like, listen to these addicts, because I do this every time I think about quitting drinking. Like, I just had these kidney stones, right? Like, I should not drink ever again. These things hurt so bad. Why would anyone want to put themselves through these? If not drinking alcohol is a guaranteed, or at least a thought, it's a hypothetical way that I will never have a kidney stone again. I should never drink alcohol again. I'm going to California on the 30th. I'm going to have beers.
That's the first thing that happens is like, I'm never drinking again, but fuck, I'm golfing next Friday. Like, am I really not going to drink?
Yeah. I have a problem that there's just too many great events to drink at. Like, I'm going to see Blink-182 in a couple weeks. I'm going to, like, I did that. And this happens every time. It's like, well, okay, July, I'm going to not. Well, got to drink on the 4th of July. Like, I'm going to have some beers then.
Well, you about gotta.
I have to do that. And then you go to August. Well, I mean, geez, it's going to be so hot by the pool, SummerSlam. I need to have some beers then. September, football season starts. I'll have some beers, I guess. October, are you serious? Like, basketball starts, hockey starts, football's going. Like, how do we not drink? November, Thanksgiving. Like, every month there's like a reason to just fucking keep drinking. So, yeah. I don't know how much I'm going to limit my drinking to. I know that I'm still not drinking Bud Light, Geezy. So, yeah, that's that. So I'm with you. Like, I want to limit things, but I don't drink.
Malachi Black says, hell yeah, Vleeties, I'm going to a 30th this weekend. That will be a loose weekend.
This is going to be so loose. I'm going to say that the whole time I'm there. I'm going to a funeral, but I'm just going to keep saying that. Let's keep it loose.
Going to a 30th? What the hell is a 30th?
I think it's a 30th birthday, right? Is that what he means?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 23, so I don't know.
I think he's like 20-something, but not 30. He's going to somebody's 30th. Somebody's getting
with the voice of a 7-foot black man.
Somebody's getting fucking lit. I still am not drinking Bud Light. I got friends that are like, I miss Bud Light. I was like, Bud Light's whack.
Why?
Like, now that I don't drink it, it is kind of silly how much I was drinking Bud Light. There's so many other beers out there. It's been
hate
fun.
me says drinking alcohol and watching porn. What a life.
Oh, it does sound great when you say it out loud, doesn't it? Like just no consequences. If you just kept that going and never had kidney stones and never were depressed, that would be the way to go. So yeah,
I mean it's fine until it's our age, dude. Once you start getting our age, our buddy Yvonne, he was in the hospital with fucking appendicitis from drinking all fucking weekend, and he quit drinking for a week and then started drinking again.
So hard.
It's like, dude, he almost died.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, but you know.
I'll just keep it going. Like,
we're all gonna die anyways, Vleeties.
Yeah, and we're all, and suppositories will cure it if anything that bad happens. I'll just shove something up there and it'll cure me of all my ailments. So yeah, I remember we were messaging like, how much are we gonna quit drinking? What are we doing? Like, I just know socially, I don't think I can quit. Like, and I don't want, like, and that's the other thing is, like, as an alcoholic, it's like, well, I don't want to quit because I didn't drink today. I didn't drink yesterday. So obviously I think I have a hold on it. But if you were like firm, hard stop, you're never having another sip of beer again. No, fuck you. I'm having beer eventually. I'm excited about the next time I have it because I appreciate it because I don't drink it every night.
So 2 points there. 100% agree, because Alcoholics Anonymous, because I was fucking in that for a while, says the definition of alcoholic is you can't stop drinking even if you want to. And you know what? I don't want to, and I can go days without drinking, so I'm not an alcoholic. But 2, I heard a really good thing from Steve-O, who is also sober.
Yeah.
And he was like, somebody told me one time, if you think about how much laundry you have to do for the rest of your life, you'll be crushed. Like you have so much laundry to do the fucking rest of your life. But if you just think about it, like, yeah, I'll do a load like tomorrow and then another one in a couple days. You'll be fine, dude.
That's a pretty good call, because Eddie Guerrero would even talk about, like, can I be sober today? Yes, I can do today. Can I be sober for the rest of my life? No way. Like, so yeah, maybe I do that. Maybe like today I woke up and I said, I'm not going to have any alcohol today. And I just knew that. It wasn't like it was even across my mind. Like, there's beer in the fridge right now. There's hard kombuchas for the taking. And
kombuchas?
And I didn't have a hard kombucha, which, although it does have probiotics, maybe I should be drinking that to help my kidney.
It just replaces all the ones that get killed from the alcohol. So
isn't that all it does? Because I remember one night there was this really good one. I forget what it was called. It was called what was it called? Like Flying Ember kombucha or something. It was a hard kombucha. It was like 7%, and I had 6 of them. Came in a 6-pack. Drank them. You line them up, I knock them down, and I drank all 6 of them, and I had the biggest shit in the morning. Because, you know, even like beer, everyone knows what like beer shits are. You know, when your intestines are all kind of like full of alcohol, and those aren't supposed to be in your stomach. And then
the toilet bowl is just like full of floating stuff, and it's just,
you don't know what you ate because it doesn't matter. It all became one thing. And
see, but you should have told that nurse, like, yeah, I had 7 beers on Saturday, but like, if you caught me in 2009, it would have been a 36-pack.
Yeah, I'm having.
So like, I'm getting better.
These are less beers than I used to drink. Yeah, why
like,
does it
way
matter?
less.
I used to split 30 packs. I'd have 15 beers with Tyler Perry. What is the problem? So, yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'm mortal. I think I'm learning things now. I'm very happy that I have.
Did they tell you anything to do? Like, drink more orange juice, more acidic stuff.
There's lemons now, so I'm a big lemon guy.
You're a lemon water guy now.
Yeah, I'm a big lemon water guy. I'm definitely like my coworker went to Whole Foods for lunch the other day. They got the salad bar and the hot bar. He's like, "Do you want anything?" I was like, "Give me a lemon." And he's like, "1 lemon?" I'm like, "Yeah, grab me a lemon." What? Give me a lemon.
When he brought it back, you should have just ate it like a fucking apple.
Yeah, just took the peel off, started eating the peel. Here, you can have the other part. I don't like the inside.
Aaron Mylon says cucumber water goes hard.
Cucumber. So I don't have cucumber water because I'm supposed to have things that are acidic, because the acidity apparently breaks down the kidney stones. However, I got a fucking canker sore like day 2 of drinking lemon water, so I appreciate lemons. So yeah, that was also fun. So I had to brush that directly for like 3 days straight to get that off my mouth. So it's a process, and it's been fun. And I actually do enjoy the lemon water. Ralphie and I were both enjoying it like these past couple of days. Like, it's actually better. Like, I don't know, water's great, but when you add a little vegetable or a fruit in there, like a cucumber, it's so awesome, dude. I love it.
Dude, when I went hard, I was like drinking a shitload of lemon water. My face, all the shit started coming out of my pores.
It's just like leaking out of you. Like, wow, I'm being healed by the magic of citrus. So lots has been going on, though, Geezy, in the world. So this is hashtags and headlines. I do keep tabs on things.
Says I drink watermelon juice. It's delicious.
Yeah, watermelon juice, very good. That also loosens you up.
That's also diabetes, though.
It's like a natural probiotic. Just shit everything out of you. Pineapple juice, same thing. I love fruit now. That's okay. That is one thing for my diet that has really changed. And I've had like a pineapple every other day. I get a new pineapple.
Is it because of Pride Month? You like fruit?
I don't know. Maybe that's what the doctor was trying to push on me. Was like, hey, you like let's get some. Yeah, let's get some rainbow in your diet. And that's not a terrible idea. Like, hey, let's get some more acid. Let's get some more natural sugars. Cranberry juice from the chat. I haven't had any cranberry juice. I want cranberry juice with no sugar in it. Like if it has sugar from the cranberries, that's fine. But I just feel like when I'm drinking Ocean Spray, I feel like they're just pouring like buckets of sugar into everything.
Did you see the headline? Fucking sucralose causes DNA damage and cancer.
Leaky gut. I was reading that. I was like, oh my gosh. And that's another thing. It's like everyone drinks these Bang and these Reigns and these Zoas and these Celsius. Like everybody's all about
the sugar-free sweetener at Starbucks. I checked every pre-workout.
Oh, dude.
Try finding a pre-workout that doesn't have it.
Every pre-workout has sucralose. And I guess because I did read some article where it was like describing sucralose as it's been around since the 80s. And I really remember I remember Splenda it's still in my head it's still new. Right? Like
yeah.
Like
sugar's been around forever.
Yeah. So, yeah, sugar's been around forever. There's natural versions of it. From Healthline, sucralose sweetener may damage DNA and increase, let's click on the article, and increase cancer risk. So there's been other articles that have debunked this, but this was posted by Sean Ratcliffe on June 13th. So this is a week ago that this happened, but a new study shows that a common artificial sweetener may damage your DNA. They did this study at the NC State University. Is that where Philip Rivers went? It says that the chemical formed from one artificial sweetener might also damage our DNA.
Sucralose 6 acetate.
The one that I read was like the thing that I read was it creates like a leaky gut. Yeah, here it is. In addition to DNA damage, a new study found that sucralose may lead to a leaky gut lining and an increase in the activity of genes related to inflammation and cancer. So that was one thing that I also thought was I drink so much, not so much anymore, but like, yeah, sucralose just comes up in any energy drinks that I buy because I don't want to drink a Monster that's full of sugar. There's one energy drink that has no sweetener, and it's, of course, like, it's like never there. Like they have it every once in a while, but it doesn't have like its own slot. It's called True North, I think. It's just it tastes like a lime water. Like you have a Topo Chico and you squirt a lime in there, and then it's got energy in it. Like that's a wonderful idea. I don't need fake sweeteners.
I switched over back to tea, dude. I would tea all day.
I might have to go to
a lot of tea. But tea.
I'm one coffee a day now. That was the other thing with this whole kidney thing is I drink so the week before my kidney stone, I actually got my blood pressure checked. I was at the dentist, and my blood pressure was unbelievably high. I mean, it was like 170 or 180 or something. Like it was up.
What?
Yeah, my blood pressure was really high.
And, that's not good.
And my I was gonna say my dental assistant / wife, she was like, "How much coffee have you had today?" And it was like a Thursday. It was after the whole fucking show, which is the night after Vleeties. So it's like Thursday mornings. I'm normally pretty tired, and I'm just excited to get a double shot of espresso and a large cold brew. So I got both of those. So I probably had about 500 milligrams of caffeine before I got to the dentist to get my blood pressure checked. And they almost didn't want to work on me because my blood pressure was so high. So that was the other thing as I was reading about caffeine and like just that, like how much your heart works while you're getting fucking jacked up on caffeine. So now I'm one coffee a day because I was notorious at work for being like, it's like 3:30 and I'm like making a new pot. Like, hey, if I make this, you're gonna have some, right? I'm gonna start a new pot. So I was drinking like 5 to 7 cups of coffee a day. So now I'm down to 1. So that's another step in preventing.
1, dude. Just change to fucking. So in the morning, I do 2 bags of green tea with a bag of like some bullshit tangerine energy, That gets me pretty jacked, and then I'll have like one more green tea throughout the day, just sipping it. So good.
I'm also thinking, caffeine dries you out too. So that was the other thing.
And then also pre-workout at 5 a.m. right when I'm waking up going to the gym.
The kidney stone thing. Well, and when I go to the gym at 5, I don't do pre-workout anymore. I do coffee. I do a cup of coffee, and and that was the other thing is I was having a cup of coffee before the gym, cup of coffee after the gym, cup of coffee right when I get to work. And then like 4 or 5 more throughout the workday. So it was all, and then if I'm doing a Tuesday or Wednesday stream, another cup of coffee. Just keep them coming. Like there's cups of coffee on this desk right now. So like, yeah, I drink coffee. I was drinking coffee a lot. So I'm trying to cut that back because again, caffeine dries you out, creates dehydration, creates kidney stones. So drinking more water, peeing more. And everybody was like, you drink more water than anyone I know. It's not enough. So I blame the coffee. I blame the alcohol. So I'm working to become a better human being. And now I'm blaming the sucralose as well. So I'm really trying to avoid drinking that. But like at work, it's like a thing. Like one day, sometimes people will go, we're in a slump. We need energy drinks today. So someone will go buy 10 energy drinks for like the whole group. Like, here we go, bros. Let's fucking tear it up. This one's got sugar. This one goes to the 22-year-olds. This one's sucralose. This goes to the dads. So that's pretty much how things are divvied up in my line of work.
Yeah, I just see Kevin in the chat saying he just drinks fucking Soylent all the time. But, I mean, that's got caffeine in it. It's got sucralose in it. So good for you. It's also got sunflower oil, which is terrible.
Sunflower or
canola oil? Like, why do you need canola oil? You're drinking canola oil?
That's a good question. It's Soylent.
He hasn't even read the ingredients.
He says it's about mouth pleasure. He's yelling right now at you. I mean, I can hear him. We did mention Pride Month. We did mention.
Mention fighting back against Pride Month, huh?
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm kind of excited about. Obviously, I don't know for those who follow Lexit Movement, there was a huge rally, I guess, outside of Dodger Stadium during their little Pride night. They had Catholics for Catholics, and they had a lot of groups there in the parking lot of Dodger Stadium. So apparently, and did you see any of the footage of what they were doing there? Like, just kind of the rally they were having. I don't want to go to YouTube, but I'll go to YouTube. I guess they were going to they were going to do it like across the street or something, but they were getting so many people that the Dodgers were like, fine, come use our parking lot. Like the Dodgers were like reluctant to let these people use their parking lot. Let me see. Catholics for Catholics, Dodgers. See what we get. But yeah, I mean, there was a huge, and I hate the news, and I hate like every time I go onto any sort of media source now, it's so skewed. Like it's immediate. Like I heard that attendance was low for Pride Night at Dodger Stadium. Every article is like, attendance not any lower than typical Dodger Stadium games. You know, it's like, okay, well, we saw footage and it was pretty fucking empty. So, like, they try and spin things in such a unique way. Like, Ron DeSantis is lying. There was not, I forget what he was saying. There was not an empty stadium. There were plenty of fans there. It wasn't empty. So, yeah, I every time I run across the news now, it's like, I can't even believe you guys anymore. Like, remember trusting the media or the news? Now the news is like they're all coming from one side. Is it all this ESG score? Why are these so important to everybody?
It has to be, dude. It's been so long now. Like, I don't remember trusting the news.
Yeah. And I guess we were like that even when we were younger, but it's been amplified so much that when people are on the news or when I'm reading a headline, my initial reaction is I have to think the opposite. Like whenever I see something from Yahoo News, I have to flip it. I can't trust what they're saying on Yahoo News because it's obviously wrong no matter what.
Over just a huge protest as the Dodgers get ready for Pride Night. There has been a lot of controversy, of course, leading up to tonight's Dodgers Pride Night.
So the night is finally here. Gina Silva live outside the ballpark where the drag group, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, are being honored. Gina.
Well, Marla, Alex, tonight is the 10th annual Pride Night.
So, and like this is, that's the other thing. Like we have this group of people, and it's kind of nice. Like I don't know, like I'm seeing like a big group of people, and it's Christians, it's Catholics, it's people kind of coming together because this is really weird. I don't know. Like I've told people at work, I'm like, I'm not a Dodger fan or an Angel fan anymore because I just look at baseball as this is a game that I'm supposed to be able to bring my kids to. We're supposed to be able to bring our families to, and we're supposed to be able to enjoy this. And to them, it's more important to push this. And like you and I were even texting about, Ricardo in the chat, homophobe, bigot. And it's like I was even like I even was messaging you like just scripture about like pride, even if it's not in the Bible exactly, like it's been touted as one of the 7 deadly sins. Like it already is like something that people know, like pride comes before the fall. Pride isn't this amazing thing. And then this whole month gets created. And sure, it starts out as like, hey, if you're gay, don't be ashamed. Be proud of that. But now it's turned into, if you don't like gay, you're a fucking problem. Like that's what this has turned into now. It's like the Rangers are under fire. The Texas Rangers, my new favorite baseball team, they're under fire now because they're the only team out of 30 teams in Major League Baseball. They're the only one that has never had a Pride Night, and I know why. They're the only team like they have trouble filling that stadium as it is. This team is they have I would say the second best team in the American League this season behind the Tampa Bay Rays, and they have trouble keeping that stadium full because it's like this is football country. Do we want to watch baseball? And they know as soon as they have fucking Rainbow Night, nobody in North Texas is going back to this thing. They'll have 2,000 people there for Pride Night, and then no one will ever go back. Like. This Bud Light is going out of business here. Like this don't fuck with us here. So
yeah, they'll trade their 100 frat boys for their 2 trans people that will come. So yeah. Could you think of a fan base less interested in a Pride Night than fucking Dodgers fans?
Dude, well, I have 2 friends that went to
cholos in LA.
I have 2 friends that went to this game. But yeah, look at this. Look at the people in this crowd. Like here, I'll just hit play. Like these are Latinos. Latinos aren't about this shit. Like they're so afraid of Jesucristo. They have the candles in the aisle. Those were in the Hispanic.
He Hate Me says we're gonna stage an intervention for you 2 alcoholics.
That's true. This is just from us drinking. We should like this. But this made me so happy. So for those who are listening on the podcast, I mean, there's thousands of people marching in the parking lot of Dodger Stadium. They're protesting this Pride Night thing. Everybody's doing it. Like, look. I mean, so like this is such a big deal to so many people. And they play kickball. This actually looks kind of fun. We should have went, bro. But I don't know why everyone has to do this. How about that? How about that shot there? First of all, this is it right here. Yeah. For me, like somebody growing up Catholic or being
Aaron
Christian.
Mylund says we're all just horny alcoholic Dodgers fans.
Like we're not allowed to make fun of other religions. But as soon as they make fun of Christianity, totally fine. It's totally fine. Everything's accepted now. We're allowed to make fun of Christianity, nothing else. There's that Muslim town in Michigan that outlawed the pride flag. Like if Christians try to do that, it would be, whoa, you guys aren't inclusive. It's like, dude, it's insane that this is okay.
Kevin's comment is perfect. We're an occupied country now, Vleeties. We're occupied.
That's kind of, yeah. Like
we've been taken over.
Like, am I? And I don't think I'm the minority. I just think it's these like people that have access to fucking billboards. They're the ones that are putting this shit out there. People that are making the commercials and putting them on TV. People that are like whoever does the Hopper logo on my iPhone. Like, you know that there's some guy in San Francisco or some them in San Francisco that's like, can we do a Pride logo for June? Can we do that? And that's like that was his big contribution to the fucking company. I do notice that not many of my apps went rainbow this time. Did you have a bunch of rainbow apps this year?
No, I don't even look. If there is one, I'd delete it. So
yeah, the Hopper app went rainbow, but nothing else seems to have gone rainbow. I know MLB went rainbow for a day. Everybody kind of like. We still treat this month like, how come George Floyd's death, the biggest thing that came out of that was this shit? Like, this shit blew up after he died. I have no idea what the correlation was. It was like he died in May? And the next month they were like, we need to be fucking gay. They were like going for it. Like, we need to be gayer than ever, bro.
I don't know. It did. It just blew up, didn't it? You killed one black guy. And now you get this fucking guy in whiteface.
Now we have this anti-Semitic fucking, just... like unbelievable, and they say it's satire. Like, no.
Why is that okay, Vleeties? Why can people do whiteface? Look at all the whiteface.
The Dodgers have chosen to honor them tonight. Joining me is Rosario and Christina. Thank you, ladies. I understand you are a long
Why are
time
they all
Dodgers
white
fan.
face?
Yes, I am.
I don't know. They really go
That
heavy
was
on.
pretty dope.
They really go heavy on the painted white. They're like, oh, we need to be super pale for this shit.
whole family, we've been Dodgers fans since the 80s with Fernando.
I was about to say Fernando Valenzuela, Fernando Mania, just a little boy from Mexico. He came out and won.
Deal with that shit, eh?
That's so great point. These are Dodger fans. These are true Dodger fans. They like this fucking team. They sat through the Andre Ethier stuff, and they were like, Matt Kemp's the future. He stopped Choi. They went through years with this fucking Dodgers team, and now it's, hey, now they're good, and here we are. They're celebrating. They're making fun of Catholicism in front of all their Catholic
Steve
fans.
Garvey, Steve Sachs, and it broke my heart that the Dodgers will do this to their fan base, their Catholic fan base.
What is it that you are opposed to? What offended you?
That they will invite this group that mocks the Catholic faith and makes fun of the Catholic religion, makes fun of Jesus and Mary, and they do it in such a very awful way.
Just say it in Spanish. We'll translate it.
I think that's where they fucked up for sure, because it's not just pride and drag shit. It's this fucking group that does drag and makes fun of religion at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's naked Jesus with like 3 men dancing on him. Like that's definitely what the problem was. Like
Sam Smith going to perform too? What was happening?
We've been doing Pride nights at Dodger State. I almost had a Pride Angel hat. Someone was like, "I'm going to the game. You want the hat?" I was like, "Hey, cool looking hat." And now here we are, like all these years later, where it's like, and that's what we kept saying. It was like with Pride and the evolution almost of like the trans evolution that we've kind of been seeing. It really is like this bizarre. How did we get this? Like, there's like pages now that are like LGB only, please. Like, there's gay groups now that are like, no, we're gay. We just wanted to be gay. I'm attracted to the same sex. I just wanted to be gay. I didn't know that we had to start dressing like the opposite sex and making fun of religion and cutting our dicks off. So yeah, imagine being like a gay person and then you're like, I like being gay. I thought this month was about being gay. It's like, no. This month is about like all of this shit. It's bizarre. How did we get here? And why? And that's a great point by Kevin. We are in a fucking, we're like, this is an occupied state. How did we live? How did we get to a point where like, this is like, okay, it's being on billboards and shit. Like when did we get to that?
It'll come back around, please. Don't worry. It'll either come back around or we're gonna get fucking flooded or all burned to death. So,
dude, and that'll
be fine.
And I know, and like when you're arguing with somebody who doesn't believe in God or believe in Christianity, as soon as you like start bringing up scripture, they're immediately like, oh, well, see, you don't believe in real shit anyway. And it's like, look, like the rainbow to Christians and Catholics, like the rainbow was a sign from God that He's never going to flood the earth again. And it came after the flood from Noah's Ark. Like that's where the rainbow comes from. And then somehow it got fucking taken by gay people. Like, no, we get this. This is ours. And like to the point now.
Yeah,
like,
but why did He flood the earth, ladies?
Because of this shit. Everybody was Sodom and Gomorrah.
Everybody was wicked except Noah.
Everybody was fucking each other except for Noah. He's the only one who's like, can I just have my family? Like it's crazy to me that this is now the world that I'm in, where it's like I have to explain to people at work. Like, I don't like this shit. And yeah, some people could say like bigotry or homophobe. And like people want to run to that because they just feel like if I call you bad names, that makes what I'm doing fine. Like CM Punk, I know I'm talking wrestling with Gino after this, but CM Punk held up a sign that was like support LGBTQ plus youth. It's like, here's some fucking
guy. Booed?
Here's some fucking guy who's never had a kid in his life. Kevin has the great, like, there was one night we were talking about it. CM Punk's just mad at us because he was adopted. Is pretty much kind of like, that's pretty much why he's so angry at Republicans or adults. Like, he's just constantly living in this world of depression. He's 41 years old or 43 or whatever he is now. And
you know what he needs?
He needs
more hats.
He needs a suppository is what he really needs.
He needs more hats. Dude.
My hat collection is dwindling, dude. I need to
how's your depression? Is it escalating with it or is it okay?
No, I'd say we're good. I'd say we're pretty good right now. Yeah, I definitely feel like pretty damn good. We didn't really talk about church, but I think church is what cured the kidney stone. Now, look, hey, we're far enough in here.
It was this. I told you the snake venom, dude. It busts that shit up.
So we didn't have snakes, but we had a moment in church where the pastor was a guest speaker, and it was silly symbolism.
They were healing people, dude.
Jesus was there getting danced on by men, but it was like he gave us like this measuring tape, right? And he was like, everyone comes into church and they measure how much they're going to get out of this service. You come in here and you know you're only going to get this much. You come in, you know you're only going to get this much. I need you to get rid of that feeling. And like he starts tearing up his little measuring tape. He had a yardstick that he broke. I was like, damn, bro.
Nice.
Looked like Frank Thomas snapping a bat over his leg. And so he's like, if you have any illness, if you're healing from anything, I need you to come to the front. I need you to throw your measuring tape. And I need you to worship. I need you to worship like you're healed.
And you were like, yeah.
I was like fucking charging the gates. I was like, come me to the front. Give me the front. So I get to the front, tear my shit. They're playing some song, and they're like, something happens when I call your name. I'm like losing my shit. And I felt great. Left church feeling amazing, did yard work. So, yeah, I was cured at church. So I don't care what anybody says. So all these people keep putting suppositories in their ass and making fun of Jesus, like to them, this is, oh, we're happy. You're not happy. We know you're not happy. That's why you're changing what gender you are and sex you are, dressing like things you're not. It's a bum out. It really is for them.
Yeah, man. I'm glad, though, for the Dodger fans that they fucking stood up, dude. You can't fuck with the Catholics, dude.
I want to see footage of, because there was that video that went around of like there was nobody at the game. You know, that was kind of what everyone was trying to say. I know that two of my friends were there. They had some good seats. I don't know if they snuck down, but where they were sitting, like behind home plate, looked like it was a full section. But when you look into the outfield, nobody there. Empty.
Well, yeah, if it's half empty, everybody's going to sneak over to the good seats.
Yeah, let's see if we can do. Because they do tout like paid attendance. Because obviously, if you're a business and you have season tickets, if you're a season ticket holder,
well, duh, yeah,
your ticket counts as sold. So your ticket counts as sold. So I'm judging by the attendance. I want to find like the actual attendance from this game because people did not go to this game like they're trying to say. Like that's the thing is they keep pushing like no, we had a great turnout for Pride Night, and no, they
look at that demon, dude, right there.
I know, it's fucking maddening. Let me see if this guy has the footage. This was the video that kind of went around from Savannah Hernandez. Like, yeah, you could see here.
Did they even sing the national anthem?
I don't know. Good point. They probably didn't, but Dodger Stadium, and there were people trying to say like this was early, but I mean, clearly, I know we're on. We'll just say for podcasters, the sisters are on the field right now getting their whatever hero award that they deserve for dressing like nuns and sucking each other's dicks. Is that what they do? But you can see, if you're like, I've been to Dodger games, like usually the stadium's got more people than that. The guests of honor are already on the field. When Vince Scully had his going away party, that place was fucking packed.
Yeah, there's more people at batting practice than that.
Yeah, and Kevin has in the chat, like, they sold 43,000 tickets, but no more than 22,000 were ever at the stadium. So, and that probably makes sense, like, for that ticket number, because, yeah, it's Dodger Stadium, and they get seats 54,000, and you have to imagine season ticket holders, like, there are enough people that have tickets. So,
well, yeah, and then all the Pride people aren't season ticket holders because they don't fucking care about baseball.
Oh, we could just watch.
So they bought the rest of them.
Yeah, Kevin even he puts in the chat. It looks like AEW. Who did they play that night? They lost. They lost to the Giants.
Did they pipe in crowd sound?
Dude, they lost to the Giants. I keep putting Prince Pride highlights. They lost to the Giants.
Lost to their rivals, dude.
Like 15-0, and the Giants have always been pretty gay. So that's no expectation, nothing wrong with that one in my opinion. But yeah, like they went all out on this Pride shit because obviously they're playing their San Francisco rivals, and I was surprised both. Like it was almost like who could be gayer, the Giants or the Dodgers. And the Giants will win that every time. Just throw that out
every time, dude.
When I was an Angels fan, I always took solace that the team they beat was the Giants to win that World Series. And but that was a long time ago. That was when I was a fan, Geezy.
That was a fucking lifetime ago, Vleeties.
And when I was a kid,
lifetime.
When I was a kid, I thought it was gonna be like that every day. I mean, it looks like a pretty good crowd.
Fucking 23-year-olds that weren't alive when that happened.
This looks like a pretty good crowd for a Dodger game. So maybe the but I don't know. I feel like it's normally more.
Look
crowd.
at the top corner.
Friday night, this shit should be packed, bro. People were protesting this shit. There's a lot of empty seats. Let's see the outfield. That's where the real Latinos sit. That's where they have benches. They don't have seats, bro. Like those
There's
are just
probably half of those people are paid fillers too.
Let's see, Kevin in the chat. Good point. Like, is that a normal crowd? Like maybe I'm being a little nice because I'm an Angels fan. That's an Angels crowd for sure. That should be fucking packed. This crowd's empty. This place is empty, dude. Even the Yamava San Manuel thing has to be pride.
Logo is
Everything's got to be pride. Can't you guys have a little subtlety?
Bank of America is
76.
No pride,
dude. This is. No, I'm just watching the game. Good catch. Woo! Got out of the
He's
inning.
wearing a fucking Eagles
That
jersey?
place should
What's
be
happening?
packed on a Friday night. Kevin's right. I'm being way too fucking nice. This is Dodger Stadium on a Friday night against the rival Giants, and you guys can't sell it out. 22,000 people in the stadium. Come on.
Pretty weak, dude.
Yeah, absolutely atrocious. So I'm glad that there is some pushback. Yeah, because I even found some Faith Tap article that was like, after a day after hosting anti-Christian group for Pride Night, Dodgers hit a 125-year low. First came pride, then a very large dose of humanity for the Dodgers. On Saturday, the arch rival San Francisco Giants clobbered the Dodgers 15-0. The game came one day after a massive religious protest that's sparked by the Dodgers honoring the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, an LGBT group that dressed like nuns, mocking Christian values, and it's at its annual Pride Night. We have to do this. We have to have Pride Night. That's just something that has to be done now. We had to fight. Kershaw had to fight to get Christian Night reinstated, but every year we've done Pride Night.
When is Christian night?
Oh, it's like July 30th. They had some Kershaw release where he's talking like, a night for faith, a night for Christian values. It's like, dude, fuck you. You're still playing for the team. Like, I know he's in a real delicate situation because he's played his whole career for the Dodgers and will die wearing a Dodger uniform. But it's like, dude, you're supposed to be like adult Christian male who we're supposed to look up to and the leader of this franchise, and they're doing some horrendous shit. And all you can say is, I can't change that. But I can focus on Faith Night. It's like, dude, fuck you.
Did he pitch at all?
Fuck you.
He should be boycotted the game.
I'm not even fucking pitching, bro. I'm not throwing on this night.
I'm drinking brews in the fucking clubhouse.
I'm not wearing rainbow
be out
shit
there.
at all. Yeah, Rangers don't have a Pride Night. They were getting in trouble for that. Here's a great sometimes the internet does kind of like, we're talking like the pushback, right? The pushback of Pride. The black community is definitely anti-Pride. They almost don't care enough. I think that's kind of what I've learned from my friends over in the black community. They're kind of a little bit more like, like, hey, like Jigs was saying, take care of your own. It's kind of what he was saying. They definitely aren't big fans of the Pride stuff, but like let me see if I can find the video. So did you see Dwayne Wade and his son fucking balling out against each other?
No.
Oh my gosh! So
his son or his daughter?
So that's why I was loving it, because, like, for those who don't know, Dwayne Wade has a trans son who is now a daughter. At least that's what they tell me. So it was.
Whose is the worst though?
Charlize Theron.
No, Magic's.
Oh
daughter.
yeah, EJ or whatever. Yeah.
Oof.
That one's very bizarre. I mean, it's all bizarre. It's all pretending as well. I think for a long time, like I was listening to Michael Knowles for the first time in a long time, and one thing that I really enjoyed, he was like, we are literally lying when we call Nyla Rose a lady. Like it's not rude to call Nyla a he. It's rude for Nyla to pretend that we all need to call her a she now, because Nyla was born a man. Always will be a man. You can have these sex changes and these operations and things to portray the looks of a female, but you're still lying to us and we're lying to everyone else by calling you something that you're not. And I was like, dude, that was like just the most blunt way to say it. Sorry if it offends you. But when he said that, I was like, yeah, why do we keep like keep up with this charade. So Sports Center put on their Instagram the father-son 1v1 between Dwayne Wade and Zaire Wade. Good name. Was next level.
Zaire, dude.
Nope, Zaire Wade. But
you want to beat me? You gotta beat me.
This is old.
But what I love about it,
you want to win the easy way?
because they posted this during Pride, right?
You want to beat me? You gotta beat me. I ain't letting you win.
Look at this, dude. Dwayne Wade is like up on his son, like, dude.
Yeah, but that's
you.
not his son. That's a daughter.
Well, no, that's not. But I'm just saying, I love reading these comments because
that's Bronny's buddy, right?
Here's 12,900.
He's the one that prays with LeBron's kid.
Here's 12,985 likes on why doesn't he keep this same energy for his other son? Like, where was this when his other son was like, I want to be a girl, and he's like, you want to be a fucking girl? Like, he's not yelling and like being
body,
intense.
Bitch.
Is it only about bat? Like, the other kid wasn't good at basketball. He's like, do whatever you fucking want. Cut your dick off. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm watching too much Sopranos.
And you know, every time he talks to Gabrielle, he's like, that's your daughter. That's my daughter.
Nate Wilson 4. The other son is cheering in the corner looking like Tracy Morgan from The Longest Yard. Like, there was some dude, this was like and that's got 5,000 likes. So there was like some hostile comments on this shit, and I was laughing so hard. And maybe that's wrong, but also, like, as a parent and your son is like, oh, I'm gonna change genders, I think you should be a little more Dwayne Wade right here with Zaire, saying like, no, you're not going to do that. Like, no, this is what we do. We work hard. And yeah, it's so funny to read these comments like J2 Mello. Let's keep the comments about ball. You know, like people trying to make sure that we're not like we're not like y'all. Nah, y'all ain't slick. Show the one-on-one with his other son. Like everybody is just like, Dwayne Wade has lost like so much credibility, I think, with this community because yeah, you have this one son who is very athletic and a basketball player, and then your other son, you're like, yeah, he's a chick or something. He's got a boyfriend now.
Why can they make fun of nuns and religion, but we can't make fun of, like, can't we just all make fun of each other at least?
Dynasty, EST 96. Surprise, ESPN left the comments turned on 100%. You're like, yeah, I like, dude, I as soon as I saw this video, I ran to the comments. I sprinted.
Well, that's because they weren't even thinking this way, dude. Trans people don't know how to troll. They're not even thinking like, oh, what would they troll about on this video?
Thieves Club. Too bad he turned his other son into a modern day Disney protagonist. Like, you know, like this, just the amount of, and then people trying to be holier than thou. Like, LMAO, these comments lack creativity, man. The preference of his other child is yesterday's news, and yesterday's news wraps today's fish. Too much mental real estate. Yeah, that's somebody we all want to hang out with. That guy, this guy took a mirror selfie, so he's 10 years behind the rest of us. He's living on his own. Good for you, Cameron. Bro needs to get.
Dude, did you see that city councilman that's trolling trans people?
Oh yeah,
he's a black trans female.
He's a female woman.
He's a white dude.
He's a female woman of color. He's a lesbian female woman of color. So he's checking all.
And they're yelling at him. He's like, "You don't get to yell at me. You're the one who made the rules. That you can't question me."
No,
I'm trying to find my identity. I might end up back where I am. He put out this speech. He's like, I might end up back where I started, but that's just the journey. You know, you never know.
You never know.
It's a journey. You got to go around, and maybe I just end up back here, maybe not. I don't know, but you can't question me.
Demi Lovato.
You set up those rules.
Demi Lovato now goes by she, her pronouns again. She's like, oh, it's exhausting to go by they,
She's
them.
back to she, her?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Back to she, her. Total chick again, bro. This is a great clip of this fifth grade teacher kind of.
Oh, this guy just slaps, dude.
Oh, it was amazing. I was loving some of the stuff that I find on IG. IG sometimes Kevin's like, I'm on Twitter too, Kev. Don't be alarmed, but sometimes the algorithm gets
tampons. Me. If they're provided free in the bathroom, it's a huge plus.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
to
cis women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at some point.
If your chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary? We're excluding a whole group of people.
They're women dressed as men. You are not a man. You can pretend to be a man, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Live your life and tell me what a man is.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an example? When we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely different.
They are completely different.
Completely different words.
And sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
well, I don't
different
accept that distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
Yeah, it was amazing. I saw that and I was like, that's fantastic. Because again, here we are in a culture now where if you go to this happened to Gino's Vacuum, he went to an AEW show and when Nyla Rose was wrestling, he was like, kick his ass. And they escorted him out. They told him he had to leave because that's transphobic.
What?
So it's like he like this person is portraying themselves as a woman, which and to a lot of women is very disrespectful. Like imagine being a woman wanting to be a wrestler your whole life and this dude shows up and just because I'm going to say this again about Nyla, just because he's trans, that's the reason why he's getting that big push. Like that's really all it is. It's not like the in-ring work is any good. It's not like like we've seen Nyla hurt people in the ring. Like it's not really like, oh, we gotta use this is a great talent. Like meanwhile, Hikaru Shida, Riho, all these other people are way behind on the pay scale and on the publicity scale. We gotta make sure we get Nyla involved. Yeah, if you're a real woman, that would probably piss me off. So it's kind of silly.
It's just affirmative action all over again, Vleeties.
Dude, it's just unbelievably silly that this is where we're at.
I saw two shorts today on transgendered. One chick looks like a chick. She's like, I went to the pharmacy today and I gave them my insurance cards and told this whole story. And she's like, and they dead named me. And it was like, that's what was on all of her information though. So what did you want them to say? But then there's another girl who's like, I was working today and they came up to me and they called me they, them. And she was like, those are my pronouns, but why would they assume that? So it cuts to like this Indian girl and she's like, well, what the fuck? Yeah. So if we get it wrong, you're mad. If we get it right, you're mad.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do?
Well,
nothing.
I think people want to feel special. And if they don't have that moment, they don't get to be special. Like that's kind of what this whole thing is.
Yeah, you guessed right, but if you guessed wrong, I would have been mad. So why would you even guess? You have to ask me.
I'm more important than your rules that you've been living by your whole life. Like that's all this mentality is. So like that's what I've kind of noticed with this whole movement is it really is like, just imagine that. Like, no, the term man doesn't work for me. Just doesn't. It's like, well, too fucking bad. Like, yes, it does. Like you have a dick and balls. You were born with XY chromosomes. Like there's so many reasons why you're a man. Like testicles, like that was part of balls, I guess. But there's like so many reasons why you're a man that it's not just like I don't feel like I match what man is. It's like, well, you are that though. You can be a gay man. We have those. So it's just bizarre that now we have this. We're kind of rewriting these rules for these mentally ill people to make them feel better. So before we go, Geezy, I mean, there was so much we didn't even touch on. We didn't even talk about Hunter Biden's plea deal.
But what was he even charged with?
Oh, so much stuff.
Fucking espionage.
Let's talk about it. It was like tax evasion, I think. Let's go to our friends over at Fox News. That's where I saw the headline. But yeah, Hunter Biden, Fox News, Hunter Biden plea deal. So he had like tax evasion in Kodak Black like tweeted something because the lawyer for Kodak Black was pissed because Kodak Black's doing like 3 years for tax evasion. And here comes our friend. They
even got Wesley, dude.
Yeah, Wesley
Snipes.
Why
did all the black guys go
dude, there was a whole list that I was reading. I wish I would have saved it for this. But there was a whole list of fucking people. Oh, it was on my screen. It went away. Why would it do that? Did I not save it? I must have liked it. But yeah, it was a great post about like how can you even argue that the Democratic Party is for black people when they're allowing this to happen? Because yeah, how do you send all these rappers to jail? So okay, Fat Joe or Ja Rule was sentenced for tax evasion. Fat Joe was sentenced for tax evasion. Lil Wayne pleads guilty to a federal gun charge. Meek Mill arrested in Philadelphia on gun charge. Wesley Snipes for tax evasion. Kodak Black 3 years for a weapons case. So all of these go on. Hunter Biden pleads guilty to federal tax and gun crime charges. So since he pleaded guilty, his deal will likely keep him out of jail. So yeah, like he's not going to go to jail. Don't worry, guys. Like, did you think he was going to go to jail? Because like he's not going to go to jail. So
he can't be in jail for the election. Come on.
Yeah, like we need it. Like, can you imagine if Trump was able to say like, "Hey, your son's in jail. He's in jail right now." That was a terrible Trump, but I haven't heard him in a while. Okay, so like so it is a complete double standard because here's all these rappers who are going through tax evasion, or first of all, why are they all doing that? But also, so
tax advice for everybody. If you make a lot of money, save half. That's the government's because you don't get that.
They're going to take it from you somehow. Fucking assholes, bro. Dude, crypto's dead, by the way. Looks like Hunter received a sweetheart deal and is not facing any charges on massive corruption allegations. If Hunter was not connected to the elite DC class, he would have been in jail a long time ago, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis tweeted. DeSantis' tweet was accompanied by a video of him at a campaign event highlighting the two different sets of rules for Americans based on whether they're in good standing with elite society or not. That goes back to that whole ESG score. Like, that whole thing is so ridiculous to me that all these companies care so much about protecting each other's ESG scores, and that's why Ford has to make a Pride commercial, and that's why Bud Light did theirs. Former president, let me see, I want to find, like, they gave him a traffic ticket and cleared everything up. Trump told Fox News Digital, "It's a disgrace to the system and it's a disgrace to America. It's a very unfair situation. It is prosecutorial misconduct and election interference all wrapped into one." Trump, who last week pleaded not guilty to 37 federal charges stemming from a special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into his improper retention of classified records, said one of the sons were under investigation. It would be a different world. That Trump thing's such bullshit, by the way. Can I throw that out there? Can I be the 100th conservative pundit to say such a thing? Like, 37 charges, like, for having some fucking documents. Like, they want to put this guy in prison for doing something that Joe Biden does too. Like, that he currently did.
Yeah, what happened to the ones they found at Joe's place?
Yeah, they just did this with the current president, and they're like, well, no. Like, Trump's going to jail.
Well, he's still in office, so he can have whatever documents
We're going to charge him after. But they're not, like, there are classified documents that aren't allowed to leave the White House. Like, isn't that what happened? Isn't that why Trump wasn't allowed to have them at his premises? Like, they can't leave the grounds?
Dude, when you're the president, where you are is the White House.
That's true. I am the White House.
I am the White House.
I don't know. Hunter would face a
I am the law.
So Wise office indicated that without a plea agreement, Hunter Biden would face a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison on each of the two tax charges. So we also had some tax issues here, too, because he was getting money.
From Ukraine.
Yeah, from lots of places. A federal court district judge, I don't know. The more I looked into this, was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he breaks some laws in there. Just like, this is only covered by Fox News, by the way. Like, no one, like, I feel like if I go to Google, they're not going to give me any of this shit. Like,
I mean, how much do you even trust Fox News anymore now that they fired Tucker?
That's true. And they got blasted for sending Pride shit to their employees too. Like, here's what you can do better for Pride Month. Like, even they're getting involved in that too now. But they're at least the only ones that pretend to be conservative, at least, as far as a major news network. New York Times said something. There we go. Here we go. New York Times reaches a plea deal to plead guilty to misdemeanor tax charges. Under an agreement with the Justice Department, the president's son agreed to probation for filing his taxes late. He can avoid the charge he lied about his drug use when he bought a gun. See, like, it's just like, even that, like,
that is bullshit. That's stupid. Is that, if that's what they're trying to get him on? Yeah, when you buy a gun, it asks if you do illegal drugs. Yeah. Who the fuck is going to say, yeah, I do?
Constantly do. Well, it is a federal form or something. I don't know how it works.
It is. I bought a gun at a gun show, and I was sitting there talking to the guy. He's like, yeah, they just make the form more confusing every year because they try and trip people up, and then it's lying on a federal form, so it's a felony because they just try and trip people up.
Even the New York Times, they say, GOT, no. It's going to be, I've reached my limit of free articles. Republicans claiming double standard vows to keep investigating Biden's. because even they know that, and they had to frame it that way. Like the GOP claims this, not reporters or journalists, just GOP. Like, just them. No one else gives a shit, just the other side. Like, don't worry, New York Times reader. You are Democrats. Don't follow that, okay? Don't worry. You're going to be fine. So, Geezy, it's been a crazy week, crazy 2 weeks, actually. I survived the kidney stone. We're still drinking alcohol. We're drinking lemon water now. We're mixing that in, so that's really big for us. We're
taking oxys.
We're not going. That's a hydrocodone, and I did not take it.
It's the same thing.
But I think we did.
Delta 8.
Delta 8 always.
I got Delta 9, so I don't know.
I think I need to get a new stick. I think I tapped my Delta stick. I've had that one for like 3 months because, hey, I can stop whenever I want to, okay? And, yeah, I think that's another portion of this is, maybe there is a need to re-up on the Delta stick there.
Yeah, see, we should just replace it altogether, right?
With regular weed, right? Or replace alcohol.
Yeah, get rid of alcohol. Just do weed.
I don't like myself on weed. Like, that's the other, because when I'm on, weed is very good for when I'm sitting there watching Sopranos and I'm just, fucking high. Like, oh, this is so delicious. Like, I just want to watch this show. That show is so easy to watch, by the way. Like, I know that people claim it's, the greatest television show ever made. I think it's the easiest show to watch. You can watch 13 hours and not know that you just watched 13 hours of a television show. It's so easy.
That's me in Survivor right now. I don't know why. Call me gay. Maybe it's 2023. It's leaking in, but I could watch season after season of Survivor right now.
I am all in on this Sopranos. I did take a break from
Give me
Sopranos.
A suppository. Call me whatever you want.
I did take a break from the Sopranos to watch 6 hours of wrestling yesterday. I watched so much wrestling yesterday. I had to get caught up on SmackDown. I am 3 weeks behind on Raw. I didn't realize it either because I watch a little bit, but no, I am so far behind. But I am a wrestling journalist, so I keep up with the tabs. I contact my sources. I make sure that I'm plugged in on everything that I need to know. And the person that I talk about that with is with Gino.
Wow.
And I talked to Gino immediately following my conversation with Geezy. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. We're going to ride off into the sunset. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for downloading. You made it this far. I appreciate you. Give the episode with Gino a try. We do talk a lot about wrestling. So if you don't watch wrestling, it'll be hard to keep up. But it's not impossible to keep up. So just check it out. Geezy.
Sometimes you talk about his sex dungeons. So
see, and people love the sex dungeon talk. They want to hear about his sadomasochistic activities. They want to hear that stuff. So I'm going to go get it from him. We have to do that. So any parting words on this amazing evening?
It was a good one, man. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Thank you. I am doing okay. I survived. I feel better. We didn't even talk about that. I'm hosting a Bible study now. So there's a lot of things in the motions. So Islandish Catholic needs to make a comeback. I need to just do it. I need to stop planning it and just do it. Kevin's right. Just do it. Gino,
do it.
Get ready, Gino. We're going to be live in a couple of minutes here. Everyone go pee, and then we're going to return. Thank you so much, Geezy.
Bye.
We did it, everybody. Thank you for listening to Hashtags and Headlines on the Vleeties feed here on whatever you're listening to your fucking podcast. Trovo.live/Vleeties, okay? Save that somewhere important, okay? Keep that saved, and then when I'm live, you can join the chat. So I will be joined by Sonic Gino in just a second. I'll be right back.